everybody. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time ever. My name is Melaine. I am a witch, and on this channel we talk about witchcraft and stuff. If you are one of my regulars on this channel, then you probably know I haven't posted in a while. But I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine today, and she kind of confirmed for me that there is a subject that I need to talk about with you guys. So I'm doing that right now instead of taking a shower and getting ready for bed. I also have been playing the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so that might be what inspired my makeup today. Or it could have been Hellblade that did that. Either way. It's also appropriate because Vikings were warriors, and today we're talking about mental health. I know a lot of people don't like the term like mental health warrior, but that was just the thing that came to mind just now. I have a lot of my own mental health challenges. I'm sure that some of you have some or similar ones as well. It's not anything to be ashamed of. Like, everybody has to keep their mental health in mind, and none of us have the same brain chemistry or upbringing or background or trauma or any of that. This is a safe place as far as that is concerned. Mental health and mental wellness are very near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I haven't really ever talked a lot about, but I have been opening up about more often, especially on my Twitter when I remember to tweet about stuff. So what I want to talk to you about today, guys, is this there's this super rampant concept in the like quote unquote spirituality community, the spirituality space, that like mental health struggles, and likewise the methods that are the medical methods specifically that are used to treat mental health conditions is somehow a sign that you have a low vibration, or that you're not ascending properly, or that you're not like in the space in your life that you need to be, and that's why you're struggling. And I'm not gonna go super into depth on like the differences and similarities between like witchcraft and spirituality, but there's definitely a lot between the two spaces that kind of goes hand in hand. And I think that the concept often is that you can't manifest things in your life properly if you are, I guess specifically if you're taking medication, if you are getting medical help for mental health conditions. The idea is that medicating is somehow going to lower your vibrations, dampen your brain waves, hamper your ability to be able to reach new levels of like awareness, cognitive ability, and all of that. And because that is so similar to a lot of what we do as witches, I just felt like it was really important to address this, because everything that's on this channel is my opinion and comes from my personal experience. So I am by no means trying to tell you how to how to live your life, or how to study witchcraft, or what you should be doing. I just want to put you at ease if you have been struggling, and especially right now with everything that's going on in the world. And I'm in the US, specifically in the US, like we have been in some deep shit and in quite the upheaval. So it is understandable that every person, any average person, might be experiencing more mental and emotional strain in their lives right now than they maybe would normally, even if it's just for right now, or if it's something that you've dealt with, off and on your whole life, or whatever the case may be. Struggling with mental health, having mental health concerns or deviations, not being neurotypical, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. And there's nothing about it that is going to stop you from being an effective witch, except if it stops you from being an effective witch. And that's the point that I want to get at, is if a person is dealing with like anxiety and depression, for example, they might have too much anxiety around even being able to study or initiate rituals. They might have too much anxiety around everything in their lives. Mental health is not a respecter of persons, and it's not a respecter of situations. Unfortunately, it pops up whenever it wants, whether it's convenient for you or not. And so if you're, say trying to take advantage of the full moon or whatever and having extreme anxiety, it isn't your fault. That is normal. It is normal for people to struggle and to go through things and ups and downs. And for example, I've struggled with depression for pretty much my whole life, and there are periods when getting out of bed just isn't something that I can really do. I have dogs now, so I have to get out of bed, but I don't have to stay out of bed. There are times when having a rest day is really important, and there are times when every day is a rest day because you cannot physically, mentally, or emotionally handle anything. That again is totally okay and is totally fine. But what I want to tell you is that if your concern is that getting medical help for a mental health condition will somehow hamper your abilities or your power or your, magic, I would challenge you to ask yourself, how much are you getting done without that medical help? Or even, mental and emotional help, seeing a counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist, your GP, whatever it happens to be. Like, my therapist has been invaluable to me. I'm very lucky to have one. I'm very lucky to have one that understands me and can help me. And I talk to her once a week. I talk to my therapist once a week. For any of you who are not familiar with regular therapy intervals, that's a lot. And that is the interval I'm comfortable with. But I also have a psychiatrist, and I have some prescriptions, and this, getting chemical help, medically prescribed chemical help, has enabled me to begin living my life. This year, it's sort of weird because this year, 2020 has been such a bitch to everybody. But in some ways it has been my best year. And I don't mean that in any sort of disrespectful way whatsoever. In my own personal life, have been just coping and living so much healthier this year than I ever have before, except for my diet. Because pandemic snacks. A lot of that is because, so much of it is because of my therapist and my psychiatrist. And I just want to tell you, as somebody who has had crippling anxiety and somebody who has had a crippling depression, ADHD, and sometimes struggles with even existing in a healthy capacity, I can tell you personally, getting help has made me a better witch because it's made me a better person. I'm able to live my life, and so I am able to perform witchcraft and rituals and study different forms of sorcery that I just hadn't been able to do before. Not for lack of, wanting to. It has nothing to do with willpower or laziness or desire. When it comes to mental health, it's chemical and it's trauma related. So the thing that I want you to ask yourself is, if you are struggling to get anything done, but don't want to ask for help because of this fucking spirituality trend going around saying that people need to be completely substance free, as though abusing a substance and having medically prescribed chemical help is the same in any way. It's not. If you're getting stuck on that and you're worried that you're not going to be able to be an effective witch, I would just ask you to consider, how effective are you in your state of needing help? How effective are you without it? And wouldn't it be worthwhile to find out if feeling better didn't kind of make the rest of your life better, just in general? Isn't it worth it to give yourself that, to treat yourself like you care about yourself, and get some help? I know that not everybody has access to like healthcare and mental health help, and so I know that I am really lucky that way. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that if you are unsure if it's even worth it to get help, or if you think if you hold off for a while it'll just get, it could still get better, or if you think that it's like shameful in some way, or I just want you to know that it's not. I just want you to know that it is okay, that literally every person can benefit from therapy, and that if there are chemical imbalances or life circumstances that could be improved by getting some like medical help, there is no shame in that. And I think it's really important that we start to normalize mental health, this societal norm that we try to fit into and emulate and mask ourselves so that we can fit in. Honestly, as witches, if you're a magical practitioner of any kind, you're taking a real chance and accepting that you're different from other people anyway. So why would you let society or this new wave of spiritual millennials dictate whether or not it was okay for you to get help? I found personally in my life, when I'm struggling to be able to physically do anything, then no matter how much I know that magic will help me, I won't be able to do it. I can't make myself do it if I don't have it, if I don't have it in me. So how could I possibly get better at something I can't even work on? But with the help of my therapist and my psychiatrist, I am able to feel better enough that I can read books, I can do tarot readings, I can cast runes, I can learn new things and perform rituals and try, and I'm sorry, but this like mystical idea that like getting chemical help is going to stop your power, like that's, to me, is just, it's bullshit. And I do understand that some medications are specifically made to slow a person down or change how, your neurological pathways fire, and I get that. It's just that if your life isn't livable or is even just crappy enough for now, why wouldn't you want it to be better? Maybe everything that you hear about mental health and your power and vibrations is not necessarily true. If you put in the work with your magical studies, you'll get the results that you want as long as you're putting in that effort. If you need to see a doctor, please, please, please go and see a doctor. So that's all for me tonight, you guys. I know that I've been a bit scarce. I will be working on it. We've officially passed 2,500 subscribers. Nope. Yes, 2,500 subscribers. We kind of blew right past 2,000 and got to 2,500, and honestly, I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I would say I'm speechless, but that's never the case with me. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I am so thankful. My channel is gonna be going in a slightly different direction. Not so much different, just more refined, more niched down to the things that I am working on, the things that I'm learning and experiencing and documenting, because the purpose of this channel is to make knowledge accessible. What I can do is just record my experience and my findings here, and hopefully that's helpful for some of you or interesting or something. Yeah, so if you like videos by rambling witches, I guess, please subscribe, and maybe you'll see a video from me at some point. If you hit the bell button, you're more likely, but I think you're mostly likely if I actually post one. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you are having a fantastic day or evening, wherever you are and whoever you are, and I will speak to you all again soon.